Hello everybody, welcome back to This Old Cook. If it's your first time here, just welcome. I just want to say thanks to the folks that have subscribed in the last few weeks. It's brilliant. It really does help the channel move along, and I do appreciate it, and it's good to have you here. What I want to share with you today is another lovely summery pasta dish, and that is salmon and prawn linguine, finished with a little white wine and cream. So let's get into it. Right, so let's have a little look at these ingredients then. I've got a nice red fat chili. This is a very mild chili, but if you don't like chili, leave it out. By the way, as usual, I'll put a list of all these ingredients in the description box down below, so you don't need to worry too much at the minute. Um, I've got some lovely fresh basil leaves from the garden. I've got some double cream. I have a teaspoon of dried mixed herbs. I'll get into that and show you what to do with those in a bit. 2 cloves of garlic, 5 small baby plum tomatoes, which I'm going to deseed and finely slice. I've got a quantity of prawns here. Have as many as you like, really, with this. This is just for me, this, and I love them, so I got loads. And I've got 250 grams of salmon. We're going to add some white wine. I'm using a Pinot Grigio here. Use something that you'll drink, not some sort of cooking wine. So get yourself a nice wine. Obviously, salt and pepper, and some linguine, and obviously some olive oil. So this is a beautiful, bright, colourful dish. So let's get over and get this on the go. Right, so I just want to show you what I do with the salmon for this. I've got this on number 10. I'm going to add some white wine, probably just about 3/4 of a cup, something like that. And what I want to do is, I'm just going to turn it up. What I want to do is bring that to a simmer. And I'm going to put in just a couple of ripped up basil leaves. And I'm going to bring that to a simmer. So when that comes up to a simmer, I'll show you what we do next. Right, so now that is up to a simmer, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my salmon skin side up in this. Skin side up. Okay. Give me hands a quick rinse. Excuse me. I'm going to give it a couple of twists of salt. I'm going to pop on a lid, and I'm going to let this simmer very, very gently. So I'm going to turn the heat down now to 10. Induction cooker. What it is on a gas, I'm not sure. And I'm going to let this gently simmer for 5 minutes. When the 5 minutes up, we'll come back. Right, so here's the next little bit. This salmon has been gently, very gently ticking over in that white wine and basil for 5 minutes. So I'm going to take the salmon out now. I will do it. Be very gentle. I'm just going to pop it in a little bowl here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get me clicky clackers, and I'm just going to remove the basil. Don't throw this liquid away. We're going to use it in the main dish. But we just don't want the basil. The alcohol would have cooked off, so don't worry about the alcohol. So just 1 second, I'm just going to get this out of the way. and change position with that. It's telling me I've failed. Nothing unusual there. My teachers used to do it all the time. So I'm going to let that rest for a bit and then show you the next step. Okay, so the salmon has had a little while to cool down. Because the way we cooked it, the skin is now going to just peel off. As easy as that. Let's do the other one. The salmon is not completely cooked yet because we're going to finish it off in the pasta dish. So what we're going to do now is just chunk this up into nice big flakes. You see how some of it is quite translucent? You see that? That's what we're looking for. We don't want it completely cooked. We want to leave it in really big chunky flakes because it's going to be superb in the pasta. This is just a fantastic dish. It's so summery. Let's take those bits of basil out. Don't need those. And that is now, the salmon is now done and ready for the main dish. So when I get on to the next bit, we'll come back because there's something I want to show you with the pasta. Right, so what I want to show you with the pasta, and it's a bit controversial this, and I've had people saying it makes no difference, but it's how I like to do it. You don't have to do it this way if you don't want. So in my saucepan here, I've got some heavily salted water. You need a lot of salt when you're cooking pasta. I'm using dried pasta because I happen to think it's better than fresh, but that's just my opinion. So what I'm going to do in this water, I'm going to add about a dessert spoon or a tablespoon of olive oil. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that teaspoon of dried mixed herbs. I'm going to bring that to a simmer and I'm going to allow it to simmer for about 7-8 minutes. Just gentle simmer, and the water will absorb the flavors of the mixed herbs, in my opinion. And then I'll show you what we do then. Back in a second. Right, so after sort of 5 minutes or so, the pasta water looks like this. It's taken on some of the flavor of the mixed herbs. So I'm going to just turn the heat up to about 12, and I'm going to pop in my linguine. You want to cook the linguine until it's, everybody says al dente. What does that mean? To the tooth, that's what al dente means. But in real terms, you want to slightly undercook it because we're going to finish it off in the saucepan, with not the saucepan, but in the pan that we're going to make the main dish. So I'll come back in about 10 minutes or so and show you where we are. Right, so here's the next little bit with the pasta. It's taken 12 minutes. It's slightly undercooked. So what I'm going to do is just pour some boiling water over. That'll do. You see the lovely mixed herbs. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil on the top. That'll stop it sticking. Then I'm going to put a lid over my colander, and then I'm going to move it to the back of the cooker because that is ready to cook. So what we're going to do now is like crack on and get this done. All right, let's put this together. I have one shot at this. If it don't work, it don't work. So I've got my favorite pan. This is a Volrath saucier pan, and I've had it for about 20 years and I love it. It's my favorite pan. So what I'm going to put in the pan is some olive oil. Let that heat through. It's seriously hot. You see the smoke coming off. Next thing I'm going to add is my prawns. Beautiful. I'm going to add my chilli. I'm going to add my tomatoes. Give that a good mix. Beautiful. A little bit more olive oil. I'm going to add my garlic. Basil. Lovely. Look at that. That's just beautiful. I'm going to add the liquor. Lol. From cooking the salmon. Just keep it stirring. Beautiful. Dude, that's so good. Going to add a little bit of parsley, not on the ingredient list. Some salt. Some cracked black pepper, fresh. Just going to turn that down to about 10. Smells good. Prawns are done. Don't care about the noise. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to just put my pasta in. Give it a good stir. I'm just leaving this running because it's kind of how it is. Salmon's coming right now. Put that on. Don't forget this is for one, although I'm mostly two people. Well, I have to say, in such a short space of time, that's kind of there. Okay, salmon and prawn linguine. Beautiful. Lovely little bit of parsley over the top. A bit of garnish. That wasn't me. And then we have it. It's just a lovely, light, bright summer pasta dish.